If you're tired of being overwhelmed by a messy closet, I am here to help you today, my friend. We're going to spend a whole hour talking about closet organization, inspiration. So get your favorite hot drink and your notepad and let's get started. I am going to make a game out of this video by dropping little emojis throughout the hour. So if you're still watching, when I tell you the emoji, leave it in the comment box. You've told me your closet is one of the most overwhelming projects, so we are going to fix that by spending just $10 at Walmart. I want you to go straight back to the hangers. Walmart's Better Homes and Gardens felt coated swivel hook hangers are the best I've ever tried, and they come in multiple beautiful colors. Now you can find these same types of hangers even at Dollar Tree, but they're going to cost you exactly the same price for 30 hangers, and the quality at Walmart is so much better. For just $9.99, you can get 30 of these felt coated swivel hook hangers from Walmart. It's the biggest bang for your buck in closet organizing. Get rid of all those mismatched hangers. These take up about half to a third of the space of those giant tubular plastic hangers, and they're going to make a huge difference in the look and feel of an organized closet. I've been using these hangers for 1.5 years, and not a single one has broken. Welcome to Skip to My Life. I'm Shannon, a small space organizing expert. Leave the star emoji to let me know you're still watching. If you feel totally overwhelmed by a closet organizing project and have no idea where to even begin, like this friend of mine did, I'm going to show you 3 easy hacks to break this down into smaller pieces. Even if you're ready to get rid of a lot of your clothing, it can be so overwhelming that many of us just put this project off indefinitely. This friend of mine loves clothes, and she has collected quite an assortment over the years, but I wanted to make sure that everything was visually streamlined for her. Now, one of my favorites from Walmart is this shoe organizer for under $10, and you can see that it really helps streamline that visual clutter. My first hack for an overwhelming closet organization is to put like items together. Now, I cleared out one shelf so I could start sorting her skirts, her dresses, her blouses, and her pants in each their own section. Once you've put the items that are alike together, next put like colors together. This will help you see duplicates that you have, and very often we go to buy more not knowing that we already have something we really love. My third closet organizing hack is to face everything the same direction. Now, this makes a lot easier if you have those swivel hook hangers. I didn't get rid of a single article of clothing, but now my friend can actually go through her closet and see what she wants to get rid of, donate, or is stained or torn. I want you to go straight to those ice cube trays with a quick win. If you have a drawer that is full of all kinds of tiny objects like jewelry, buy these ice cube trays, 2 for $1.25, and use as many as you need to transform. Be honest and tell you, I probably haven't been to the store in a couple of years because I always think everything in there is too expensive for me. So we're gonna go today and we're gonna check it out and see what we think. We're here at the Container Store. If you guessed it, you were right. I've got my $10 bill. Let's see if we can go inside the store and find anything that's within my budget. No worries if you don't have a Container Store in your area. I'm going to link to some of my favorites in the description box and pinned comments. This store is organized so beautifully. It not only displays bright colors, but it displays how you can use their products in a real home situation. If you have a Container Store in your area, it's so much fun to visit and just get inspiration to make you want to go home and get your home tidy. Many of these products have a much higher price point, but they're the kind of thing you will buy once and use the rest of your life. I spied some quality items that were within my $10 budget, and I'm wondering if you can guess which one I chose. I also found some items that we often see at Dollar Tree and Walmart for much, much less. So it was a great education for me on what items I could find only at the Container Store and what items I should shop for at less expensive stores. Don't be intimidated by the prices or the look of the store. If you have a really challenging area to organize, they will probably have the solution, and it very well may be within your budget. I am a sucker for lucite products, and these lucite bins would be perfect for earrings and jewelry for under $10. If you live in a small or rental property, these overdoor hooks can expand your hanging area, especially for laundry spaces. And you all know I'm a dog lover, so these really called out to me. These beautiful pull-out drawers really called to me, especially for a craft or office space. But within my budget, I would only be able to buy one small drawer, which I felt like wasn't the best use of my money. If you have pets like we do, this looks like a great tool for getting rid of pet hair all over the house. Dollar Tree carries these same kinds of scoops at a much lower price point, but I noticed that the Container Store scoops were much sturdier and thicker. If you guessed that I bought the overdoor hook for less than $10, you were right. And I bought this one because it solves a problem. In my small laundry area, I really don't have anywhere to hang the clothes that's out of the way. So this is going to solve a big problem for me on laundry day. Organizing our homes on a budget can be so difficult, but let's try to avoid the distraction of what's trendy and buy something that's going to make your life a little easier.
If you're still watching, leave the dog emoji.
Closet organization isn't just about hanging items, it's also about what we keep on our shelves and in our drawers. Grab some lucite standing frames from Dollar Tree. Now, this is a little project for those of you who are braver, and I am going to give my danger warning. Watch this whole way through. You may even want to watch it twice, and then make sure it's something that you want to take on. But I wanted those frames to stand at 90 degrees, and they're meant to tilt about a 45-degree angle. So I turned my oven on a very, very low heat, and then I had a parchment paper on a cookie sheet as well. I had a box that sat at a 90-degree angle. I put my frame in at low heat for maybe 2 minutes, and this is going to depend on how hot your oven gets, but watch it the whole time. As soon as you take it out and that plastic is soft, mold it to the 90-degree angle of whatever object you're using. Next, I'm using a Dollar Tree sign. This is one of the medium signs, and I'm just removing all the lettering from the front side so that this will lay flush, and the string, we won't need to hang it. This is going to be a purse organizer for my closet. Since no one's going to see the base of this closet organizer, I'm leaving that sign as is, but I'm hot gluing those 3 lucite frames at either end and midway through the sign. Now, you can purchase these types of purse systems online for much, much more money. You could make a similar system for t-shirts or sweaters or bulky items, but I'm loving the way that this works and the way it just blends in to my closet. I can remove purses and I can put them back in without the risk of all of those purses coming tumbling down. So I am really pleased about this one, and I hope it works out for you as well. If you're getting a good idea today, don't forget to let me know by clicking that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. I'm Shannon, and this is Skip to My Life, where we talk about living an upscale lifestyle on a downsized budget. Now let's make some order from my husband's t-shirt drawer. Now, I don't know about you, but when I fold things, I like them to stay folded. I don't want to spend my time on something that's just going to get messed up again. So we're using that same lucite frame idea. This time I didn't bother to get them at 90 degrees, but I'm simply taping them to the bottom of that drawer. Now this drawer is lined with shelf paper, so I was able to just use double-sided tape and stick it to that shelf paper without damaging the drawer. Not only do these t-shirts stay neat and tidy with this system, but I'm able to fit a lot more in the drawer, and I can see exactly what's there. Here's that messy drawer before, and I think you'll agree that the after is such a beautiful little sight. It motivates me to keep that drawer organized. You can configure this system however you like in your drawers. If you have clutch purses, scarves, belts, you can make different segments as you need them in your drawers. Here's another drawer organization system using just some plastic cups and some foam core board from Dollar Tree.
I wanted a place to keep all my socks and undergarments organized and so that they wouldn't all roll around in the drawer when I opened and closed it. I started by cutting the foam core to make the exact size of that drawer. Now I'm going to use 2 layers, so I used 2 cut pieces of foam core, and then I simply glued those plastic cups so the sides were touching and it became a really strong little storage unit. When we first downsized our home, I thought there was absolutely no way I could fit all of my clothes in this small closet. And I've learned that it's relative. Many of you have told me that this would be a large closet for you. So we're all doing the best that we can. And if you're trying just to make your closet space more organized and also look more pleasant, I hope that you're getting some inspiration today.
If you're still watching, leave the snowman emoji.
If you've been struggling for years to make room in your closet and you just can't seem to get rid of old clothing, today I'm going to give you some hacks to try and make it just a little bit easier for you to let go of some of those old items.
Instead of starting by thinking about what you want to give away, I want you to pull out items that you absolutely love and know that you look great in. Take whatever items are left and group them by color and style of clothing. This is going to help you see where you have a lot of repeats and where you need to replenish what you have. This is a next level closet organizing hack, but I love to cover my beat up wooden closet rods with this white paper from Dollar Tree. It's a Cricut dupe, and so it's not very expensive. It seems to be more durable than just painting those rods, but the background of that clean white really helps motivate me to want to streamline and minimize my closet. I have purchased many jewelry organization systems over the years, but it seems like the trend lately is for these very delicate, tiny necklaces that easily get tangled in any system I've tried. So this is a very inexpensive and quick to do system that I came up with using just one of those Dollar Tree cutting boards, a hanger, a hole punch, and a sharp edge. Start by punching a hole for the top of that hanger to go through in the top middle of your cutting mat, and then make 2 holes near each side of that hanger, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those coming up. Once you've punched these 5 holes, remove the cutting mat from the hanger and make little dots at 2-inch intervals along the top of that cutting mat. Use your hole punch to punch a hole at each one of your dots, and then we're going to take our straight edge and we are going to just connect those little dots. Now I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're confused, just watch, and you may need to run this back and rewatch it. You might have guessed that we're making a tiny hook for those necklaces to hang off of. So once you connected the dots, go down about 1/2 inch with your sharp edge. You're going to want to reinforce this on the back with some clear tape. That tape is just going to reinforce the hook at the bottom and keep it from going down the board any further. Next, I'm just placing that cutting mat back on the hanger, and then I'm attaching it to the sides of the hanger with 2 zip ties. That's it, my friends. Now you can pay a lot more for a jewelry organizing system, but I've tried all kinds of expensive systems, and for me, this is the one that works best to keep those delicate chains from tangling. You can modify this system in all different ways. You could put another cutting board facing the other side. You can make multiples of these. You could make them in different sizes for different jewelry. If you have small jewelry or stud earrings, this is a great little hack for you. You can actually use the inside of your bathroom medicine cabinet or your closet door and use these medicine dividers from Dollar Tree. Soak off those days of the week, and it works like magic. If you'd rather display your jewelry, especially those statement pieces, get one of these small boards from Dollar Tree as well as some of these removable hooks and space them out at intervals appropriate to whatever it is you're displaying. This closet organizer comes in so handy for heavier statement size necklaces and pieces of jewelry, but you can modify it for whatever it is you need, including bracelets and rings. It also works if you like a little bit more minimal look for your jewelry with these same acrylic stand frames that we used a couple different times already in this closet organization. You can change this idea up by inserting black craft paper or a pattern paper if you like.
If you're still watching, leave the diamond emoji.
We need to go through our shoes and put some away and get others out, but where to store them? I picked up one of these cat litter trays from the Dollar Tree, and it fits perfectly under an average size bed. Now, if you have flat or sandal shoes, it will fit up to 4 or 5 pairs in one of these, which I think is a great little bang for the buck. And this way you can tuck them under your bed until next year.
Pick up one of these drying mats from the Dollar Tree. I happened to find one in this cute bumblebee print. Now, this is a great little space to iron small portions of clothing like cuffs on your pants. No need to lug out that entire ironing board anymore, especially if you don't do a whole lot of ironing anymore like me. You can also use these drying mats to make a really simple jewelry organizer that's great for travel. Simply glue gun 2 ribbons cut to the length of that drying mat. You'll also want to glue gun the ribbons at the sections where they're already folded. This organizing system for jewelry works great for seasonal pieces. You can choose a drying mat that's a holiday theme or a summer theme for those kinds of jewelry. It's also great for heirloom pieces that you don't necessarily wear all the time, but you want to keep really safe and in a nice tucked away place. Make sure that your longer ribbon on the outside of the drying mat is long enough that you can tie it off where you'd like. If you're starting to downsize your jewelry and you're looking for ways to give away a few pieces to other members of your family, this would make a great packaging for a little gift. Some of those pieces that might be heirloom or have special meaning to you that you want to pass down, you could put inside this adorable little pouch. Once you're finished, you'll have 3 unique sections to place all kinds of jewelry, including necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. If you've gotten a great idea so far, let me know by clicking that thumbs up button. And if you've been watching for a while, but you've just never taken the opportunity to subscribe, I would love to have you subscribe to Skip to My Life. We are going to be having so much fun next year getting our houses downsized and organized. Closets can be really daunting to organize, and I understand that. So there is no need for you to do it alone. We're going to do it together, step by step. For this next closet organizing hack, we're going to visit the Dollar Tree home goods section. They have an assortment of satin pillowcases. Now, these probably really aren't satin, they're some kind of a polyester blend. I prefer the white ones because to me, they just look the classiest. Some of the other colors are a less quality finish, in my opinion. This is a great idea if you need to cover some of the shoulders of your blazers or jackets. If you're still watching, leave the scarf emoji. If you've been watching for a while, you know that I love using my Cricut Joy. This is not sponsored by them. I received this as a gift a couple of years ago, and this step is completely extra, but I just love the fun touch that it adds to this project. We are making a garment bag, and you can use this idea if you want to store clothes, more formal clothes, or things that tend to gather dust, but you can also use it just to divide the sections of your closet. We're going to be cutting a hole in the top of that garment cover. And so we want to reinforce that hole so that it doesn't fray. So I'm just taking a little bit of seam binding and an old square of sheet. And I am going to iron that square of sheet to the place where I'm going to cut the hole in the top for the hanger to poke through. Seam binding is really easy to find. I have seen it at Dollar Tree lately, but any fabric store or places like Walmart or Michael's carry it as well. I forgot to tell you that that all goes on the wrong side, the inside out of this pillowcase. So once you've adhered that extra reinforcement to the underside of the pillowcase, you'll turn that pillowcase right side out and cut a small hole for your hanger to poke through. Here's a pro tip. If you're looking at your closet and at the clothes you have, and you just want to add a few pieces that are really going to create a more versatile wardrobe, add a couple of blazers that you really like. Now, I have linked to some in my Like to Know It store if you're looking for recommendations. I prefer those that have a little bit of give and a little bit of stretch so that you don't feel bound by those jackets. But blazers will class up a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. You can wear them over a dress. So many ways to extend the life of your wardrobe. These are your favorite closet organization hacks, and I'm going to give you a lot of new ideas as well.
First closet organizing project, let's go to the Dollar Tree and pick up 2 chopping mats for $1.25. This closet organizing idea is truly life-changing, but let me tell you, it is not hard to make and it's not expensive. Cut 3 4-inch wide pieces from one Dollar Tree cutting mat. You'll want to modify this next step to fit your particular closet, but you'll need to cut a slit up the middle and then a circle close to the top. I use my favorite label maker to make a label for packing clothes for a trip, for donating items, and for last season's clothes. You can adapt this idea as many ways as you can think of for kids' clothes, for days of the week, all kinds of things that are going to make your life so much simpler. I'm using this system as soon as I take clothes out of the laundry to just put them where they go. And then when it's time for me to drive to a donation spot, I can just remove those clothes and take them with me. Today, I'm going to show you 10 of the very best tips and hacks to transform your small space, renter-friendly closet in just 3 hours. Welcome to Skip to My Life. I'm Shannon, a small space organizing expert. And if your closet looks something like this one, you are in the right place today. I had fixed my closet and organized it, and in fact, that's one of my most popular episodes. But as all things do, this one needed revisiting and reviving, and I wanted to do it in just 3 hours. Organizing your closet's a lot easier if you start by taking absolutely everything out of it, and this job is a great one to use these hanging rolling organizers. I've linked to one below, and as you can see, this is a cautionary tale. Do not put things on the end first or it will tip over. This is a hot job, and ladies, I am in the middle of hot flashes. My husband found this wonderful portable fan. I am linking to that below, as well as the t-shirt I'm wearing, which I designed just for you. One of the main reasons I wanted to tackle this closet is because I am over these hanging shelves. I have tried all different kinds, and I am not about them anymore. So we're going to present an alternative that looks much more upscale and streamlined. And even if you're renting or you have a tiny closet, this will work for you. Next, you're going to want to clean every single surface. I love this Brillo spray from the Dollar Tree. It smells a lot like the pink stuff, and I am all about a fresh smell in a closet. I want it to look and feel like we have done our job here. We bought this dresser when our kids were infants, and we have repainted it and changed out the knobs and put it in our closet. Now, there are many different shoe storage options, and most of them are slanted. That's not my favorite because you can run the risk of those shoes falling off and causing a mess. So my favorite shoe organizers is this Walmart Mainstays brand, and it has several shelves that are completely flat. For under $10, this shoe rack holds up to 12 different pairs of shoes. But that's not all you can store on these. Since they are a flat rack, you can use them to store anything that you can include in a plastic shoebox. I don't know about you, but I have finally come to terms with the fact that high heels and I are no longer friends. So comment below and let me know if you are in the same boat as I am. I got rid of so many of my higher heeled shoes, and it was hard for me to part with those because I really did love wearing them. But I've reached the time in my life where I prefer the comfort of a lower heel. These shoe racks were super easy to assemble without any tools, and I was able to make the most of all that vertical space from the shelf all the way up to the ceiling by storing the shoes that I wore the least on the top shelf and those ones that we wear most frequently on the bottom shelf. We've chosen to use that space in our closet to store our shoes, and I know that that is not the idea for everyone. Some of you do not like storing your shoes in the same place you store your clothes. This system would work for any area of your home, but you could also use it to store t-shirts, sweaters, oversized items, blankets, bedding, and the list just goes on and on. My husband and I downsized from a 6-bedroom home to a rental home about a fourth that size. So we have been on this mission of downsizing and organizing everything we own to the best and most essential items.
If you're still watching, leave a shoe emoji.
My husband is helping me use this little stacking cube organizer that we had in his office, but we weren't really using.
My other tip is to center everything in the closet. This is going to give it a very high-end boutique look. And if you're asking yourself how I'm possibly going to fit everything back into this spot, keep watching and I'm going to show you some more hacks. I love using these cube organizers much more than hanging shelves, and I'm showing you a different configuration that I used in my daughter's baby room closet. Simply centering that dresser in the middle of the closet freed up so much space on the sides, and now I can reach absolutely everything.
Now I'm just going to take some of this Dollar Tree paint because that's what I have on hand. And I'm not running out to the store for this project because I'm trying to use what I already have. And I am just going to take a little paintbrush and touch up some of these areas that look kind of worse for wear without taking too much time. And I thought we could have a little chat while I'm doing this about clothing.
I'm providing links to everything I'm using in this video, and these cubes from Walmart are my very favorite. These cubes have a birch wood look and they're easy to clean the front. They're not like the fabric cubes that get stained and bent. So I'm showing you how I'm using these in my closet and what I'm putting inside. Because these cubes have a plastic front, there's no worry if you have labels or stickers on the front. You can easily remove those and replace them with something new. Before you make a permanent label to organize your closet, I recommend that you try different items in different boxes to make sure that's convenient and best for you before you go ahead and make a permanent label. Now it's time to put the clothes back, and I wanted to organize this tiny closet the way you would see in a retail store. I'm hanging all my shirts and tops on the top racks. The white and black go on the left and the different colors go on the right. The same with the bottom racks. I'm hanging my pants and my skirts on the bottom. Black and white goes on the left and different colors go on the right. Last year I decided to replace all of our hangers with these felt swivel hook hangers, and it was the best decision I made in closet organization. I will link to these below. They have held up really well. Here are some of my wardrobe favorites that I like to use in layering, and the tank tops from Walmart are really hard to beat under any kind of jacket or long sleeve shirt. Now that I've put back all the shirts that need to be hung up, I'm going back through my rack and I'm taking off all of those tank tops and just putting them in one of these cubbies. They don't get wrinkled and they don't need to be hung up and take up that precious rod space. There are at least a couple different ways of folding these clothes when you put them in the cubbies. One method is to roll them up and stack them, and then the other method is the Marie Kondo method, where you do it more like a file or an envelope, and that's the one that I usually end up preferring. Now I'm repeating this process with my t-shirts. No longer am I using that precious rod space for t-shirts. I'm going to be folding them in a way that keeps them nice and unwrinkled. Same with my swimsuits and shorts. And speaking of swimsuits, if you're looking for a modest bikini top, this is a great one from Walmart. What's left on my clothing rack are winter items that need to be stored. I'm also loving these maxi skirts I found at Walmart, and they come in 4 different colorways. I will link to that below. If you have a closet with short racks like these and you have longer items like dresses, here's a hack to help you fold them in half and keep them from wrinkling. First, hang the item as you normally would, then take a second hanger and put the skirt over that hanger and hang it up in the closet next to each other, and you will save 50% of that space. Previously, I had stored my purses up on the top shelf and they were just too hard for me to reach, but I also wanted to keep with the theme of organizing this like a retail store. So I wanted those purses to be seen and I wanted to know exactly what I had. So I'm stacking them on the top shelf of this cube organizer, and then I'm using one of my favorite lucite containers from Walmart. It is vented, and I'm going to show you another way to use it in just a minute. These are the best stackable storage cubes for the price that I have found anywhere, and I am linking to them below. You all must love them too because they are one of my most popular organizing items. I bet you didn't know that the giant storage bags with the zip top from Dollar Tree can hold 2 pairs of long boots, so I'm storing those on the top shelf. I keep my less seldom worn jewelry on this hanging organizer, and I love it because it has a black background. It's really easy to see what I have. I was able to clear enough space in that top dresser drawer to hold the jewelry that I wear every single day and a couple other items as well. This is something one of my kids made in grade school.
If you're still watching, leave the crown emoji.
Of course, I'm going to show you more than 10 items, so keep watching. Light in a closet is one of the most important elements to make you really use and wear what you already have. So I purchased these lights from the store Five Below, and I'm going to give you a link if you want to order them online. These are motion sensor lights. They sell for $6 and they come with their own battery. So I think that's a great value. I'm attaching one light to the wall by the lower rack and one by the upper rack, and that's also going to illuminate that top shelf. After they're activated, these lights stay on for only 30 seconds, so it's not going to waste a lot of battery time, and you don't have to worry about remembering to turn them off. These lights are so easy to use and install. They're one of the favorites I've ever worked with. Now that we have everything put back in the closet, it's time to add those finishing touches, and one of the most important is labeling. I'm using my Cricut Joy labeler. I love this one because it's small and it doesn't take up a lot of space in my small home. It's so easy to use, and it also makes things look like they were professionally labeled. I am anticipating even taking these little cubes to my laundry room and doing my laundry and putting everything right back in the cube and putting it in its space. This is going to save me so much time. When you're organizing your closet, I recommend you have some kind of a catch-all tray, and this reed tray from Five Below is so beautiful for less than $6. I'm using this tin platter from IKEA that I already had, and now it's time to figure out a solution for our shoes. I found this narrow shoe rack at Five Below for less than $6. It is super simple to put together, even without instructions. Because the space I'm putting it in is so small and narrow, I needed to take it apart and reassemble it back in the closet. This tiny closet organization is really starting to take shape, and I'm getting so excited. Because I've streamlined the clothes that I kept, there's enough space to put that little shoe rack and hold just enough shoes for me to wear every day. If you've gotten some great ideas from today's video, don't forget to let me know by clicking that like button. And if you haven't already, I would love to have you subscribe. Then you're sure not to miss out on all the fresh ideas I have coming your way. And if you just can't get enough of Skip to My Life and small space organizing, click on the link below and I will sign you up for my newsletter where I will give you weekly tips and behind the scene hacks. Part of having an organized home is having spaces that function with ease, and this closet is so much easier for me to use now. It also makes me feel inspired to use what I already have without buying a lot of new clothes. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for watching. I know you have many choices of how you spend your time, and I value your company so much. If you're coming back, thank you for supporting me and my channel and being part of the Skip to My Life community. Whatever you do today, my friends, please do not forget that today is not the end of your story, so do not give up.
So my philosophy on clothing, it has changed a lot over the years. I really used to want to keep up with whatever the current trends were. I don't think that there's anything at all wrong with that. However, I am over 50, and at this point in my life, I would rather spend my money on things besides fad clothing. Also, I feel a responsibility more now that I have grandchildren to not promote stuff that's just going to end up in landfills. But I am trying to really focus on clothing, whether it's expensive or inexpensive, that I can wear for a long time and will still look fresh and good over the years, and also with all kinds of different clothing. So I think the point of all of this is just to say, take a little time to kind of figure out who you are when it relates to clothes. Don't just, go to the store and say, oh, that's cute, I'm going to buy that. As we get older, let's be a little bit more conscious about our clothing decisions, what our style is, what we feel good in, what looks great on us. And if you want more information about how I figured all of that out, I'm happy to talk more about it. Color matching is great, but it doesn't really take into account your personalities.
In our case, we were downsizing from a walk-in closet to a much smaller space. So for us, it was essential to put a dresser in there to hold our undershirts, our undergarments, and things that we wore on an everyday basis. This next Dollar Tree hack is going to help you keep your drawers holding the maximum amount and keep them looking wonderful. So you just want to pick up some small lucite frames from Dollar Tree, as well as some of the Velcro strips. Now I've lined my drawers with shelf paper so I can attach those lucite frames with the Velcro strips to the bottom of the drawer. This way I'm able to fold those t-shirts up and know that they're going to stay in clean and organized space without moving around when I open and close the drawer. You can use this simple Dollar Tree organizing hack to make so much space where you store your clothes. Before, you can see that it was just a mismatched, tangled mess, and now when I open that drawer, it's not only visually appealing, but everything stays put and I know what I have. And you'll notice there's a lot more room for other items to go in that drawer. You can use these lucite frames to configure your drawers however they work for you, and you can do it at a fraction of the price of the similar style of drawer dividers you would buy at a professional organizing store or even on Amazon. Once I used this method to organize my drawers, I actually was able to free up a lot of space in my closet, and it made the next step of my closet organization go so much more smoothly. Here's another Dollar Tree dresser drawer organizing hack that uses just some foam core board as well as some plastic cups. Customize your space by cutting that foam core board to fit whatever drawer space you have. Then you can glue gun those plastic cups to the foam core and make little pods to contain your socks, your hose, your undergarments, and anything else that you might store in your drawer. My drawer was deep enough that I was able to make 2 levels of this little system, and I was able to double or triple the amount of items that I could store in that drawer, and I could see them all very easily. It also makes laundry day go so much more smoothly because I know exactly where everything goes. I honestly think that you all give me more ideas than I give you. Several of you recommended that I buy socks in all the same color so there's no more sorting socks anymore, and I love that idea so much. Since I've adopted it, it has made my sock drawer look so much cleaner and neater, but also the whole task of laundry gets a lot easier. So thank you to those of you who dropped those comments and those ideas. We're moving on to organizing the hall closet, and for that I am using these shoe stackers from IKEA. Now, one of you asked me the name of these and I can't remember, but I do know that I found it in the closet organizing section and they were less than $10 each. They were very economical. The other thing I like about these is they're perfect size for those cat litter bins from Dollar Tree, and now I have used absolutely every inch of that vertical space in my hall closet. The secret of success in organizing any closet or drawer space is that you have to have enough extra room to be able to pull those drawers or whatever system you have configured in and out and actually use it in real life without messing it up. So this system really works for me.
If you're still watching, leave a flower emoji.
Next to the Dollar Tree wire racks, these over-the-door hooks are probably my favorite Dollar Tree organizing tool. If you live in a small or rental space, this is going to allow you to hang so many things you may not otherwise have room for. This is my daughter's linen closet, and we hung her small ironing board on this, and it was just the perfect size for that closet. Dollar Tree sells a Cricut-like paper. It's a vinyl solid color paper that you can use for the next closet dupe that I'm going to show you. If you're ready to get your closet organized, one of the single most visually attractive things you can do is to either paint or cover with vinyl your clothes rack. You may not even realize how much visual clutter a dingy, dirty clothes rack adds to your closet, but once you've done this, I guarantee it's going to make a huge difference and brighten that space. Once you've started going through your clothing and removing everything that doesn't fit you anymore, now let's talk about these Essentials brand drawer organizers. Now, I had seen these on other channels and I never found them in my store, but this time I did. So I'm hoping that you all can find these. I was a bit of a skeptic, but I'm going to show you the before and after of this drawer and let you make up your own mind. In just a few minutes of organizing, I was able to create so much more space in this drawer, and I am definitely going to be using these for travel items in my suitcase. If you're new here, my husband and I downsized from a 6-bedroom home to a rental home about 1/4 of that size, and this is a story of how we're downsizing and organizing. Now, if you've been around, you know my trusty sidekick Bella is my long-haired dachshund. Your closet organization without spending a whole lot of money, the answer is quality hangers. Now, my favorites are the Better Homes and Gardens brand from Walmart. These come 32 a package for under $10. I really don't think that you can beat that price for this quality. And they're also offering us some beautiful colors for spring. Now let me show you the before in my closet and how I transformed it by simply using quality hangers. I had put this project off for a long time, but I finally bit the bullet and decided I was going to get it done. And I was surprised at what a huge difference this one little change made. The additional help is that these hangers have a swivel hook. So if you want to put all your garments facing the same direction, it's very easy to do that without taking them off and putting them back on the handle. Double or triple the space in any closet with hanging shelves. Now I'm going to give you an insider tip that I wish I had followed when I did this. Buy the highest quality hanging shelves you can afford. As you will see in this demonstration, I'm using Walmart's Mainstays brand of hanging shelves, and I really wish that I had spent a little bit more and bought the Better Homes and Gardens brand, because you can see that those shelves are sagging a little bit. So what I found when it comes to hanging shelves is that you get what you pay for by the highest quality you possibly can. It had gray, pink, blue, and green, and I'm going to show you an organizing hack using this non-plastic tool. You'll need one wire rack, as well as going over to the hardware section and picking up some of these invisible removable hooks. Once you decide where you would like to put this organization system, it's so easy to install. Just use a level to mark where you'd like those invisible hooks to be placed, and then stick them on the wall. Now, for those of you who are skeptical about whether or not these will take off the paint on your wall, I'm going to show you a little demonstration when we're finished. Once those hooks are in place, it is so simple to mount that wire tray on your wall. And now you have a high-end organization system for earrings, necklaces, and bracelets. You can add as many of these units as it takes to fill up the space that you have. And I really like this idea for the inside of cabinet doors and also awkward spaces that you may not be able to use for any other storage. Here's the trick to getting those hooks off. Do not pull them straight out. Use a tweezer and pull down. Next, we're going to declutter our socks and our underwear. Now, I store all these items in one drawer, so I know that that's the space that I have, and I realized that my socks have seen much better days. So I took a little trip to Dollar Tree, and I compared all the different kinds of socks. I discovered that Dollar Tree carries packages of 3 socks, 2 socks, and just 1 sock. Now, as you might guess, the 1 sock package is more expensive and it's going to be a little bit thicker and higher quality, while the 3 sock package is going to be a lot thinner. So the ones I'm showing you are 2 socks per package. I wanted to show you how they fit me with and without shoes. And every time I put my socks and shoes on, Bella assumes I am taking her for a walk, so she comes running. Well, I had a system in place that many of you saw if you watched my closet organize and overhaul video about a year ago, but I decided I wanted something with a bit more streamlined look. This year, I have decided I am not dealing with those silly triangle filler things that go in swimsuits and sports bras. I am getting rid of all those things. I hate it when they get turned around and bunched up. So comment below and let me know what you think about that. This Dollar Tree lint roller, I have to say, doesn't do a great job on clothes, but it's a wonderful tool to clean out drawers like this one, especially if you don't have that little vacuum attachment. Rectangular boxes work really well in drawers like this one for the project I'm going to show you. And as you'll see, we even have a little extra space for something special. Part of decluttering is giving yourself the time and the space that you need to figure out a system that not only works well for you, but that's visually appealing. There was a little bit of extra horizontal space in these drawers, so I'm using these 3 divider lucite containers from Dollar Tree, and that's going to hold my jewelry. Put on your favorite podcast or Netflix show and binge watch it while you're decluttering your jewelry. I recommend that you do this by dividing your jewelry into 2 separate categories. I'm attaching some clear double-sided tape to the bottom of these acrylic containers so they don't shift around when I open the drawer. And into these 6 compartments, I'll be placing the earrings and the rings that I wear on a really regular everyday basis. I like to keep my everyday jewelry pretty basic. I have a set of gold hoops, a set of silver hoops, a set of posts, and then just a couple rings and bracelets that I'm going to keep in these acrylic bins. The rest of my jewelry I put in a hanging organizer. Now these are pieces that I wear for special occasions or maybe to church. The easiest way to declutter socks is to purchase all the same color. Now, I am eliminating everything in my everyday socks to white and black. And then, of course, I have my cozy socks. We usually get some of these for holiday gifts. And so it's really important to go through this drawer after the holidays especially, make room for your new items, and get rid of anything that's worn out, torn, or stained. I found this beautiful rose gold wrapping paper after the holiday season, 50% off. And because these containers that I'm using to organize the drawer are all acrylic, I can see that beautiful rose gold, and it's going to really motivate me to keep this drawer in order. If you have been overwhelmed and putting off organizing your clothes, I'm going to teach you a little bit easier way to do it. Without throwing anything out, set aside 20 minutes and put them all in color-coded order. They should also be divided by categories like slacks, tops, blouses, etc. This way you can see how many you have in the same color scheme. This next declutter project makes the most visual bang for your buck, and that is getting rid of old and worn out hangers. Designate a specific spot in your closet for empty hangers instead of having them poke out throughout your closet. And then when you do laundry, it'll be easy to grab them all and hang your clothes on them. If you struggle with wrinkled clothes, I'll teach you a couple hacks that may make this a little bit easier for you. This hack will work no matter how tiny your laundry space is. As you take collared shirts out of the dryer, put them on a hanger and button the very top button and one button in the middle. Now this is just enough to keep that shirt flat and to prevent it from wrinkling. As you put pants on the hanger, make sure that they're all facing in the same direction.
If you're still watching, leave the moon emoji.
If you've got a messy closet and $5 in your pocket, we can get it organized. So let's get going. Let's head to the Dollar Tree, where I want you to pick up one of these 6 cube storage racks in the Dollar Tree Plus section. This is my husband's side of the closet, and it definitely needed a little bit of help. The back side of the package tells you everything that's included, and it tells you a specific configuration for these storage cubes. But there is no reason you have to use them as pictured. I'm going to show you 2 different ideas to organize your closet using these storage cubes in a different configuration than the one that's shown on the box. Now these are just aluminum pipes with different plastic fittings, some for the corners and some for the midsection, as well as divider sheets. The way I've assembled it here leaves the bottom and the top open, and I'm using all those divider sheets as barriers, and these are the materials I had left. Using this $5 tool from Dollar Tree, I was able to empty that hanging storage rack, and now he can reach these clothes just as easily, but we have so much more space. There are endless options for using the pieces of this $5 cube, and we can even build it out further. I just wanted to show you what you could do with the panels included in this one kit. You can use the same idea to store sheets, towels, books, out of season clothing, or anything you can imagine. A 6-packet of multi-purpose hooks are great for scarves and tank tops. If you really like seeing everything you've stored, these large shoebox acrylic organizing boxes are perfect. I use them for everything from sweaters to purses to boots. If you're storing clothes on the off season, these boxes have ventilation holes to keep your clothes from getting musty. This hangable jewelry organizer keeps all your fine chains from getting all tangled together and makes it easy to find what you're looking for. A motion sensor light is really a must in a closet, and this one is from the store Five Below. Dollar Tree also has a similar version that's $5 in their stores. But whatever you choose, you will notice that using a little motion sensor light in your closet makes a huge difference. I'll be linking to all these products in my Like to Know It store. It's all in one location for you to shop super easily. If you've gotten a little bit of inspiration so far, let me know by clicking that thumbs up like button. If your Dollar Tree has a plus section, look for this motion sensor light. It is $5 and works really well. Been around Skip to My Life for a while. You know all about my office/craft room closet. For a while now, I have been cramming things in there and shutting the door, and maybe you have a closet like this one in your home. I was storing these big laundry baskets full of supplies on the shelves, and it just was no longer working. So we are going to try this $5 storage rack solution and see if it works in an even bigger space. I purchased 2 storage rack systems as well as 10 of these cubes from Dollar Tree. You've used these cubes before. You know that they come in all different colors, but they are not the sturdiest. So I have a solution for that one as well. The kit includes a simple anchor system that it's very important to use an anchor to something sturdy, just because we're going to be pulling those cubes in and out quite a bit. Now, this is a big project, so this episode is only showing you part 1. I hope you come back next week for the finished look. But I had a vision for this space, and it includes this new recliner that I purchased and showed in my Amazon shopping episode. As you can see, it's an adaptable piece of furniture that you can use as an ottoman, a chair, a lounger, or even a twin-size bed. Well, ever since I have had this chair, Bella is attracted to it like a magnet. She just loves to get up there and take her daily naps. So I thought, I'm going to put that in my office. And this way, I don't have to sit in my swivel chair all the time. We can sit there on that chair together and read a book or relax and even maybe take a nap together. The end result is going to be a really relaxing little cozy area in my office. My next step was to go to Lowe's and look at their laminate peel and stick flooring. Since those cubby boxes are not the sturdiest and don't look the greatest, we are going to use a method I'm going to show you to make a false front for the boxes, and they're going to add so much structure and also some class. My husband is definitely the more precise of the two of us, so I asked him, could he please cut these pieces out for me? And he did a terrific job. He was able to get 2 squares from each of these panels. To cut these out, you can either use a straight edge or tin snips. He thought that the tin snips worked much better. I took the Dollar Tree cubby boxes and turned them over with the handle side on the back. Now it's just a matter of peeling off that peel and stick adhesive, and I'm going to reinforce it with some glue gun glue. After I repeated this process several times, I realized the best way to adhere these pieces to the fabric boxes is to put the glue gun glue on the fabric box first and then press down on that adhesive. Once the glue gun glue is dry, go around those edges and see if there are any gaps that you need to reinforce with an additional level of glue gun glue. Now, if you have been here a while, you know that I like to keep it real with you all, and I want to be really honest and tell you that it has taken me 5 years of living here to be able to declutter this closet. If you're considering a drastic decluttering project like this, let me encourage you. You will love it. It is totally worth it. So take it on. Let me introduce you to my newest label printer. This is made by the same company as the printer that I've used the most and you all have loved. The company's name is Nimbot. These labels are much smaller and thinner. Since I'm going for a much cleaner aesthetic in this relaxing cubby space, I wanted those labels to be easy to read, but I didn't want them to be noticeable when you first entered the room. We've got a great start on this space, and I was able to really whittle down what I kept here to the things I use most day to day and then either get rid of or store the rest. My goal at Skip to My Life is to help you love the home you have. I realized that that cluttered closet was taking joy out of the room for me, and taking those closet doors off and opening up the space, cleaning out all of that clutter has made such a huge mind shift in the way I want to use this room.
If you're still watching, leave the mushroom emoji.
It took me 5 years to pare down all the things I was collecting in this closet to just what fit in these 10 boxes. My husband hung a thrifted picture frame that I had been keeping, and I put an ottoman in front that converts into a daybed. I'm going to be adding some finishing touches to this special little spot, as you'll see in the coming weeks. So don't be discouraged if you have a spot that is so cluttered. Clean it out and make a special space for yourself. Give yourself the gift of that peace and that restful environment. I'm looking forward to some cozy days sitting here with my warm blanket and my dog and reading a book.
Did you find all 10 emojis? Star, dog, snowman, diamond, scarf, shoe, crown, flower, moon, and mushroom.
Thanks so much for watching today, my friends. We have so much to do this year, and it's going to be fun doing it together. So let's get our homes organized so that we can love the home we have. This is Shannon from Skip to My Life. No matter what today holds for you, I want you to remember today is not the end of your story. Do not give up. Get up and put one foot in front of the other.